I think it's fair to say Arsenal have struggled these last few seasons. They've gone from a team that competes for the Premier League title to a team that barely finishes top 4 and now to pretty much a mid-table side. They've seen some of their best players join their rival clubs, and apart from that they've got management that really don't care about the club. Arsenal fans aren't having the best of times. Well, in this series that changes. We're going to be taking charge of Arsenal and essentially saving Arsenal. A new series on this channel, a new concept, so if you're excited, make sure to smash that like button. If you guys can smash out 500 likes, that would be absolutely insane. And if you aren't new around here, make sure to subscribe for more FIFA 18 career mode content. So to begin with, let me explain the concept of this series to you guys. Now it is pretty simple, but it's basically going to be a one season challenge where our objective is to perform better than Arsenal IRL, or basically do better than what Wenger is doing with Arsenal right now in terms of signings, in terms of finishes in the league and the Europa League. So in the sense of the league, we've got to get top 4 as Arsenal are 6th to achieve success with this saving Arsenal challenge. Also, it doesn't look like Arsenal are going to get past the current round in which they are in the Europa League, as they've drawn AC Milan. So we're going to consider a quarter-final finish in the Europa League or better to, of course, achieve success in this saving Arsenal challenge. Now we're going to ignore the cup competitions because Arsenal have been knocked out of them. So we're going to focus on the league and, of course, the Europa League. Now all games must be simulated unless we do reach a cup final, which we will play. A cup final or an important league game towards the end. We will play that one game. Regarding transfers, we've got 2 windows to make any amount of transfers we want, any amount of departures we want with the 80 million funds we have. So it's going to be a challenge, but it's going to be a lot of fun. I try to keep the signings realistic to keep the fun in this series. Now those are the basic rules of the series, and I know it's not gameplay based, it's more simulation based, but those of you guys who prefer my proper full-fledged episodic career modes, those will be back from the weekend where I will start a proper career mode with a Premier League team. But those are the rules of this series. I'm excited to get this challenge started off with Arsenal. Can we save Arsenal? Can we do a better job than what Wenger is doing in real life? You guys will have to wait to find out. Let's jump right into today's video. Okay guys, we've got 2 transfer windows, 1 season to turn Arsenal's fortune around. Let's first begin with the squad we already have at our disposal. Up front, holy shit, our attack is actually pretty insane. Aubameyang and of course Lacazette. I am going with the 4-2-2-2 formation with this Arsenal side because I had to try and fit in both Aubameyang and Lacazette, and this is where I think Wenger isn't getting the job done properly. He has to find a way to fit in both these 2 players because they're just too talented to, see one of them on the bench. So 4-2-2 formation is going to be the way forward for us. Ozil and Mkhitaryan are going to occupy the 2 cam spots. I think they're going to be perfect in there. Maybe one could go wide when one drops in that cam role, in that number 10 role. So I think it just works perfectly. And I know they lack a bit of pace, but Lacazette and Aubameyang do kind of make up for that because of their rapid pace. Wilshere and Ramsey in that CDM role is a bit dodgy because both of them aren't really natural CDMs. So I think signing a defensive midfielder is going to be top priority. You guys can let me know in the comment section, who would you sign as a CDM to improve this side for Arsenal. Besides that, left back Kolasinac, a new signing. I'm pretty happy about him. I think he's a solid left back. We've got Nacho Monreal who can come and play there if needs be, and Nacho Monreal has had a fantastic season for Arsenal, so he's a pretty solid option. At the back, Koscielny and Mustafi, very dodgy defenders because one is injury prone and Mustafi seems to not perform when it's required. So another centre back I think is priority. I'm pretty happy with my right backs. I think Bellerin is a good right back and he's pretty quick, will definitely help the team. And we've got Callum Chambers just in case. And about the keeper situation, I think we definitely need to bring another keeper because even though Cech was superb in his Chelsea days, but now he just isn't good enough. So yeah, we'll have to be making some signings to try and improve this Arsenal side to achieve success. Now, apart from all the good signings that we're going to be making, we've got to get rid of a few players. The likes of Per Mertesacker, even Cech, and also a few other reserve players, a few players that we probably will loan out. We've got to get the departures sorted because that will give us the additional wage funds and all, and plus getting rid of the deadwood is of course very, very crucial to the development of a club. But anyways, let's just first talk about incoming transfers, and there are 3 players on this shortlist you guys can see on your screen right now that I desperately want to see here at Arsenal. Julian Weigl, I think he will be the perfect CDM for us. Jose Maria Gimenez, someone who's been brilliant for Atletico Madrid in real life, and his contract expiring in 12 months, so he could be a perfect signing. And Alisson, who's been phenomenal for Roma this season. I genuinely think if we can secure these 3 transfers, finishing top 4 will be pretty easy, so let's hope we can do that. Let's first start off with Julian Weigl from Dortmund. He's valued at around £18.5 million. We do manage to settle on a transfer fee of £26.5 million for him, and I think he's a perfect signing, and I think he's a player that will definitely help Arsenal. In fact, I think if I'm not wrong, he's been linked to Arsenal and even Barcelona in real life, so you know he's a top talent, and for £26.5 million you can't really go wrong. So I think that would be a really good signing, and the fact that his wages are pretty low, £60,000 per week, I think it makes a lot of sense to sign him. And now, I don't know what to say about this, but yeah, Per Mertesacker might be joining Barcelona. Now, I don't know why would they want him. They have the likes of Umtiti, Yerry Mina as young players, Vermaelen and PK for experience. I don't know why would they want Per Mertesacker, but they've come in with a 7.2 million transfer offer for Mertesacker, which might be the most hilarious thing I've seen in any career mode so far. But yeah, we're gonna try and sell him to Barcelona, as it just sounds so wrong and weird. But anyways, now trying to sign Jose Maria Gimenez, who's having a fantastic season with Atletico Madrid. These career modes are of course one season challenges, so it's all about transfers. It's all about making the perfect transfers and achieving success. We've secured Gimenez for a fee of £28 million, which I think is actually pretty amazing because he's pretty high rated. He's 83, he's young, and I think it just makes sense. And for £70,000 per week, we can't really go wrong. With the way football market is working right now, players having wages of insane amounts, over £200,000, getting someone as good as Jose Maria Gimenez for 70 grand, I think is a perfect deal. And also we've sold Per Mertesacker, so we've freed a huge amount of wages, which is just awesome. We need to sign now Alisson to replace Petr Cech. I know what you guys might be thinking, Cech is 86 rated, but the thing is he's 35. He's going to start going down in his overall, and his performances in real life just haven't been good enough. So we're going to be selling Petr Cech, and of course bringing in Alisson. So we've already got ourselves a big transfer offer for Petr Cech. Now this does 2 things. It frees up wages and gives us an extra £10 million to complete that Alisson deal. And the funny thing is, guess which club comes in for Petr Cech? You won't believe it, PSG. How hilarious is that? So we're going to try and see how much money we can get off PSG. We know they're a rich club, and hence I countered with about £13 million, and Unai Emery does accept that, and so we will be selling Petr Cech to, of course, PSG. And then I received a transfer offer again from Barcelona, but this time from Mesut Ozil, and I wasn't really considering this because I know Ozil is a top player. He's a top talent. He signed a renewal deal with Arsenal, so he's committed his future with the club, and I don't want to do anything that is not realistic. So yeah, I'm not going to be selling Ozil for this challenge. Petr Cech has been sold, which means we can now try and sign Alisson. He's been sold for about £13 million. We received about £10.5 million, which means we've got about £40 million to sign Alisson. I think that should be more than enough to sign someone like him. Now he's valued at around £19 million. Now because my executive said that I'll need to pay around 37, I went with 34, and I think I overpaid. So that is a bit frustrating, but still, man, 34 million for a keeper that's going to stay at Arsenal for like 5-6 years or potentially even more. I think that's a good offer, and the fact that Alisson has been performing so well for Roma in real life, and I think he's going to move to a bigger club very soon in real life as well. But anyways, Alisson has been secured to Arsenal, and let's have a look at the team after all the signings we've made. Lacazette and Aubameyang up front, Ozil and Mkhitaryan behind them, Wilshere and Weigl in midfield. I could easily slot an Aaron Ramsey in there, Granit Xhaka in there, potentially even Santi Cazorla, who we haven't sold, and also Kolasinac and Bellerin down the wings as our wing backs. Pretty awesome indeed. Koscielny, Gimenez is our centre backs, and Alisson our new goalkeeper signing. We've made some terrific centre backs. We've got good options on the bench and in the reserves with solid youngsters like Reece Nelson, Zelalem, of course Maitland-Niles, Iwobi. The team is looking pretty darn good. And we start things off. The season begins finally. It's the Community Shield, the curtain raiser of the season. Arsenal in real life didn't manage to win this trophy, but we do. We managed to beat Chelsea 5-4 on penalties. Hence we are champions of the Community Shield. We've already achieved more than Wenger did this season in real life, so things are going well. And now we begin our Premier League campaign. First Premier League game of the season. Ozil starts things off for us, gets himself a goal, and Wilshere as well gets the goal, and Ozil with a brace. So things are looking really nice indeed for us. The transfer window is still open, although we've secured all the transfers I think we need to achieve this challenge. To accomplish this challenge, we've received a very weird transfer offer from Barcelona. Once again, Barcelona seem to want to do their shopping here at Arsenal. We're not going to allow that. If we have to save Arsenal, we can't make them a selling club, and hence I'm going to keep Nacho Monreal at the club. Now, a lot of you guys like me to, you know, build a second team or a second team sheet. I've done exactly that for simulating the cup games, and yeah, this is the team I've made for the cup games, a 4-2-3-1 formation, because we don't really have a second backup striker, so I think this works out a lot better. And we've placed Stevenage in the Carabao Cup. Now this competition, Arsenal managed to reach the finals but lost to Manchester City, so if we can get to the finals, I think that's job well done. So we do manage to get through to the next round with a victory. Now we play Liverpool in the league. Now this might be interesting. Let's see what happens against Liverpool. And guess what? We managed to win. It's a goal from Welbeck, who came off the bench and scored for us. Ozil missed a penalty. Now that was disappointing, but oh well. And Danny Welbeck scored. So yeah, pretty awesome and stoked about that. So after 3 games in the Premier League, we are on top of the league. We could actually save Arsenal, and apart from just saving them, we could bring back the glory days, the days where Thierry Henry, the days where Bergkamp were there at Arsenal. Early signs look very positive as we are top of the league with 9 points. Deadline day is over, all the teams have improved their lineups and all, and yeah, it's going to be a tough Premier League season. We've got about £20 million left to spend, which we are going to spend potentially in the upcoming January transfer window. Until then, we've got this solid squad, and I'm really happy with this, especially result wise right now. Ozil is firing. We still need our strikers to score, but I'm sure they will. It is now time to get started off with our Europa League campaign. We've got Chelsea coming up soon, so I'm using my second team for this tie. I probably will use my first team in most of the Europa League games, but just for this one, as we've got a tough game against Chelsea coming up soon, I'm going to be using my second team. Let's see what the likes of Welbeck, Ramsey, Cazorla, Xhaka and all can do against Alsac in the Europa League. And guess what? Even in the Europa League, a team that is not my first team manages to get me the win. 2-0 up, Welbeck with both the goals, and we secure the 3 points in our first Europa League game of the season. Moving on, Arsenal versus Chelsea now. This is disappointing. First loss of the season. Chelsea managed to pick up the win with Willian getting themselves a goal. So now 10 games into the season, 8 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss. We are top of the league with 25 points. Now we haven't played a single game. It's all based on simulated results, which means our signings and our tactics and our formation have been working well. Can you imagine winning the league this season in our first season in charge of Arsenal? That would be amazing. We've also received the Manager of the Month award, which is phenomenal. And yeah, things are working phenomenally well for us right now. Let's hope we can keep this up and continue to perform this well with Arsenal. So before moving on, look at this. Top scorers. Mesut Ozil is the top scorer of the Premier League. Who would have thought that? I mean, he's the king of assists, but now he's even the king of scoring. He's also got himself a couple of assists, but so far he's been the top performer here at Arsenal, which is nice to see. We've already gotten past our 11th game of the season, and we actually lost that one. It was against Manchester City, so 25 points now. A bit disappointing, but our next game is a North London derby. What will happen in our first North London derby of the season? I'm going with my strongest 11. The score is 0-0 right now, 10 minutes in. Davies gets himself booked. What's going to happen at the end of this one? Wanyama scores. No. Can we score another goal? Can we equalise? Kane gets himself injured. He's not been subbed off. Yes, we equalise. Mkhitaryan with the goal. But unfortunately, even though we score another one in the 74th minute, 85th minute, Eriksen gets the victory for Spurs. So our first North London derby ends in a defeat. And after that, well, Injury FC back at it again. Aubameyang gets himself injured, which means we've got to have to switch up our tactics, play a 4-2-3-1 formation as our first choice formation. Wilshere comes into the first team, and yeah, a lot of changes have to be made. Wilshere playing at cam, Lacazette playing as our striker, Ramsey coming back into the team. Well, this happens. Arsenal versus Newcastle. We're going to be trying out this new formation. Can it still get us the victory? Yes, it can, and this time, Lacazette does score. And also, Europa League games have been done and dusted. We finished top of our group with 14 points, which is obviously nice to see. And yeah, Real Sociedad finished second. They will be progressing as well to the next round. And the team we are facing in the round of 32, Girondins, I think. Yeah, that's the name of the team. First leg being away, second leg being at home. I hope we can get past them. But as you guys know, the objective is to get to the quarterfinals. I hope we can achieve that. Now we are simulating this Premier League game here against Chelsea. And guess what? We've lost to Chelsea now twice in the Premier League. We did beat them in the Community Shield, but we have no luck against them in the Premiership. Now we lose against Sunderland as well in the FA Cup. So, cup competitions, let's just write them off because we haven't really done well in them. We got knocked out in the Carabao Cup and now we got knocked out in the FA Cup as well. Very, very disappointing. But to save Arsenal, top 4 and a potential quarter-final Europa League finish or better, I think is a massive success. So we can ignore the cup competitions. You know what? Let's give Wenger the +1 for that. Let's give Wenger some credit for performing well in the cup competitions with Arsenal. But anyways, right now we've dropped down to 3rd after 22 games. Because, you know, a few injuries here and there. Players have been struggling. We haven't really found that proper goal scorer. Yes, Mkhitaryan has been the man, you know, but our strikers have underperformed. If we had even one of our strikers scoring goals for us, I think it would be different. Aubameyang is in there with assists, but yeah, not enough. Aubameyang now back from his injury, which is nice to see. Transfer offer for Danny Welbeck as we are in the January transfer window. And guess what? I am looking to bring in some firepower. You guys know we are kind of struggling to get a bit of goals, so I might actually go ahead and sign a left winger or a right winger to give us some extra pace up front and also some extra depth in this squad. But before we move any forward, just have a look at this. Aubameyang's stats are abysmal in terms of goals and assists. Like, look at that. Aubameyang 2 goals and 4 assists in 17 games. You'd expect more from your top striker. Looking at the players that have performed the best for us, it's Mkhitaryan and Ozil hands down. Welbeck has chipped in with a few goals. Ramsey, Iwobi as well. You'd expect more though from, of course, Aubameyang. I hope he can pick up some form. Cazorla will be joining Galatasaray, which is interesting, on a pre-contract. And this deal does actually get confirmed pretty soon. Fair play. I think, yeah, Cazorla's been fantastic for Arsenal. But you know what? You've got to let go because he's an injury-prone player. I think it's time for him to leave. A lot of love and respect for Santi Cazorla though. We're on deadline day and I promised you guys that another transfer is to be made. We've got about 20 million to spend and I think another transfer now will give our attack an extra dimension and which could help us secure top 4, potentially top 3 and also a good finish in the Europa League. And that player I want to sign is Pione Sisto from Celta Vigo. For those of you guys who follow La Liga, you will know how talented he is, how explosive he is, how brilliant he is. He's got a ton of assists in La Liga, scores a few goals here and there. 22, extremely talented, and we've got him for a good fee as well. Besides that, wages seem pretty nice indeed, about £45,000 per week, with a pretty low signing bonus in comparison to most players. So yeah, we've managed to sign Pione Sisto. But guess what? We just can't have good things. As another injury, Jose Maria Gimenez, one of our top centre-backs, has got themselves injured. I mean, what is even with these injuries, man? Clearly Arsenal's doctors. I mean, if there was a way to change doctors in this career mode, I would do that. Because right now, they aren't doing a good job as our players are getting injured left, right and centre. It's kind of annoying to see Spurs top of the league. I mean, the point difference is only 1, but they've got a couple of games in hand. And it does look like, even though we may finish second, Spurs are going to win the Premier League, which is very, very disappointing indeed. We've got a chance to avoid that as now we've got a game against Spurs, which could reduce the gap and potentially lower Spurs' momentum, which is needed. So, come on guys, North London derby, our second North London derby of the season. What's going to happen in this one? In terms of the big games, we've struggled this season, but it's a North London derby. Anything can happen, and guess what? It's Aubameyang that does get us the goal. A much needed goal for his confidence as well, and we managed to get ourselves the win. A 2-1 win with Mkhitaryan scoring as well. Eriksen gets himself a consolation goal, but nothing doing as Arsenal pick up the win. That could give us major confidence. We do manage to get through as well to the next round of the Europa League through Girondins. We managed to beat them. I think it was 3-1 on aggregate, 3-2 on aggregate actually. And apart from that, we are going to be facing Sevilla, which is going to be a tough game. And guess what? The FIFA gods don't want us to succeed in this challenge as Alisson has been injured for a significant amount of time, 4 months now, which means that's the end of his season. And the fact that he's been so important for us, we're going to miss him. We're going to definitely miss him. He's kept a lot of clean sheets, like seriously a lot of clean sheets, and he's been one of the reasons we are in the position we are, you know, second in the league. But I think we're going to drop off now as Ospina is going to be our goalkeeper. We managed to get through Sevilla in the Europa League, which means we're now in the quarterfinals. So we've kind of achieved our success required in the Europa League. We managed to draw against Lazio at home, which could cost us. Let's hope it won't. And guess what? Another injury. Danny Welbeck now has got himself injured. If you're Arsenal, be prepared to get hammered by injury after injury. But guess what? Even though all these injuries and even though a lot of obstacles in our way, we managed to get through Lazio as well, and we've progressed to, of course, the semi-finals of the Europa League, just 3 games away from winning the Europa League and potentially securing direct qualification to the Champions League. If we do that, we've basically succeeded in this challenge. So we've gotten ourselves a big trophy, a major trophy. I think it's fair to say Europa League can be counted as a major trophy with how many good teams that are participating in that tournament. I think that will be a massive achievement for the club. But anyways, now we've got Aubameyang back, we've got some big players back, and we now need to win against Man United because we're kind of struggling to stay even in the top 4 now because of losing our goalkeeper and a lot of key players. But we just can't cope with that. Listen, man, another defeat. Ospina can't keep out Man United as they've scored 4, which means it's going to be a tough fight for us to even finish top 4. But we need top 4 or else we would have failed at this challenge. And then look at this, another injury, man. 4 months Lacazette is out for. What is going on? This challenge is going south right now. I mean, we're struggling. We've drawn Galatasaray in the Europa League. I don't know how we're going to manage to get past them. Aubameyang is there. He helps us, who's really come into form after getting back from his injury. 1-0 now against Galatasaray away from home. Could be a massive result. It's now time for the second leg. It all hangs on this, man. A win in the Europa League here could put us into the final where anything could happen, and we will play that game. So we've got a great chance of getting ourselves into the Champions League and, of course, successfully saving Arsenal, and we've done exactly that. We are into the finals of the Europa League as we've beaten Galatasaray 5-4 on penalties. It was tense, it was exciting, but it's gonna be even better as we have drawn Atletico Madrid in the finals of the Europa League. It isn't gonna be an easy game at all. We're gonna be playing that game. That is gonna be our first game with this Arsenal side. We're gonna test out all our new players, well, the ones that are available. I mean, we won't have Lacazette, we won't have Alisson, which is going to be a real pain. But anyways, the Premier League season is coming to an end, and we desperately need a win in our next game or depend upon Chelsea to drop points to secure a top 4 position. What is going to happen here against Huddersfield? A 0-0 could be catastrophic, and we might not succeed in the objective of finishing top 4. Oh no, it is a 1-0 draw against Huddersfield. What's going to happen? Are we going to secure top 4 in the Premier League? Yes, we are. Chelsea have bottled it. They've lost their final game. Funnily enough, even they were playing a relegation threatened team in Newcastle, who aren't relegated, of course. Chelsea couldn't beat them. We managed to only draw against Huddersfield, but 67 points was enough to keep us in the top 4. And funnily enough, even in this series, Arsenal have managed to finish 4th. But anyways, let's now look at the end of season Premier League stats, as I guess we've kind of completed half of this challenge. In fact, I think we have. I think we have saved Arsenal. We've got them back to the top 4, and I think in one season that is respectable, and also a chance to win a major trophy like the Europa League. I think we've done well in replacing Wenger. And also looking at the stats, you guys can see Ozil, Mkhitaryan were our top players this season. We look at the detailed stats here, right, as you can see, in terms of our top players, you know, in terms of appearances, we've got Lacazette, Bellerin, Koscielny, Mkhitaryan, Kolasinac, Aubameyang. And let's have a look at the top scorers. 16 goals for Mkhitaryan, that's incredible. For someone who is a attacking midfielder, incredible. Same with Ozil with 12 goals. Aubameyang with 10, which is actually amazing. We've got Iwobi in there with 9 goals. So a lot of contributions from our attacking players. And also good to see Aubameyang finally getting on the score sheet more often. Since he recovered from that injury, he's been a different player. And I think we needed Aubameyang to perform at that level. Let's also have a look at all the detailed attributes of our players and how much they've grown throughout the course of the season. Especially I want to look and see how the players we've signed, how have they done? So let's get started. So already you can see most of the players have gone up in their overall, as you would expect. Alisson's growth was, I think, stunted by the fact that he got himself injured severely. We've got Ospina staying the same. We've got Bellerin gone up by 2. We've got Gimenez who went up by 1. Koscielny gone down by 1. Disappointing indeed. Mustafi, 85 rated. I might have to, start him in the big games now. Callum Chambers gone up by 1. Rob Holding gone up by 1. He was a useful player in some games. Kolasinac gone up by 2. El Neni gone up by 2 as well. Weigl gone up by 2, who is now 83. So that's a signing that worked out well. Wilshere gone up by 2. Xhaka gone up by 2. Ramsey gone up by 1. Players are growing in their overall. Ozil and Mkhitaryan stayed the same. Lacazette, 86, he went up by 1. Aubameyang stayed the same. And Sisto went up by 1. Now it's time to end this challenge off by playing the Europa League final. Can we succeed in this Saving Arsenal challenge? You guys will have to wait to find out. It's time for the final. It's time, guys, for the Europa League final. A chance for us to end this Arsenal career mode challenge on a high. To, succeed with this challenge. I think we've been pretty successful. We've secured top 4, which is obviously better than what Wenger's probably going to achieve this year with Arsenal in real life. And I also don't think Arsenal will be winning the Europa League in real life. So I think we've already done better. But to completely succeed this challenge, I think a win here is needed. It's Atletico Madrid. It's going to be a really difficult final. They've got some solid players, world-class players like Koke, Saul, etc. So it's going to be a really tough game. And we've got quite a few injuries. Let's just say that Lacazette isn't fully fit, and he's a big player, so missing him could cost us. Welbeck as well isn't fully fit, so I can't be using both of them. But we've still got a strong team. Ozil, Aubameyang, Wilshere, Mkhitaryan all starting. I'm going with the 4-2-3-1 formation as we don't have Lacazette fit for this one. I might bring on Sisto later on, to give that extra pace to our attack. It's a solid team. I'm excited to see how we perform. Let's play our first game with this Arsenal side that we've built. This is the Atletico Madrid lineup, and it's very good. They've got Iron Robin as well. Griezmann, Costa, Vitolo, Koke, Saul. Look at that midfield and attack. Wow, there's such a strong team. Vrisalgo, Godin in the back as well. I think we know why they're in the finals of the Europa League. It's going to be a cracking game here in this Europa League final. Let's get the job done. Here's Gimenez. Finds Ramsey, back to Gimenez. This could be a solid chance. Ozil cuts this one back to Aubameyang, and we've taken the lead in the 8th minute. Beautiful football, typical Arsenal football as you'd like to say. Ozil cutting the ball back right into Aubameyang's path in a simple finish from the man from Gabon. And we've of course taken the lead in this Europa League final. A win here could secure us direct qualification to the Champions League, which is something we want. Of course, we finished 4th in the Premier League, which means we'll have to play a qualifying game. So winning this competition could be massive. Jack Wilshere. Aubameyang. Back to Wilshere. Oh, brilliant. No way. That's got to be a foul, ref. Oh, Aubameyang still has it. Aubameyang finesses it. No way. What has Aubameyang just done? How has he managed to put the ball into the back of the net from that angle? I don't know how he managed to do that. There were like 3 players in between, including the goalkeeper. And he still put the ball into the top corner. Absolutely sensational stuff from Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Now we are leading 2-0 in this Europa League final. Now Aubameyang back to Ozil. Ozil gets the shots off. Big attempt from Ozil on the rebound. Mkhitaryan hits the crossbar. So close to making it 3-0 and potentially ending this Europa League final. Oh, look at that, man. Mkhitaryan. Good attempt, though. Fair play. Frustrating to not have scored that, though. It was a fantastic first half from us, but we can't rest on our laurels. We've got to try and improve and retain this scoreline. I'm bringing on Granit Xhaka for Aaron Ramsey. And I'm also bringing on Pione Sisto to give us that extra pace. Because I think on the counter we will have to play a lot now. So having Sisto's pace could be crucial. Oh no, Diego Costa pushes that one ahead. Still Costa. Costa inside to Griezmann. No, Griezmann has a chance to get Atleti back and he hits the crossbar. Thank God for that. Oh no, Diego Costa turns me there, gets the shots off and he hits the post as well. And on the, oh my God, what just happened there? Kolasinac with I think one of the best blocks I've seen in FIFA 18. Stunning defending from Arsenal, although chaotic. Oh no, Griezmann with a massive chance, gets the shots off. Ospina with a big save. In this second half, it's been all Atletico Madrid. We've got to try and hold on. Because 2-0 lead, we can't give that up, man. Finds Granit Xhaka. Into Ozil. Now Sisto. Big chance for Sisto to end this tie. No. Oblak with a huge save. To be fair, Sisto kinda ruined that chance by taking it onto his right. But oh well, we still are leading 2-0. Ozil, oh, this might be a chance now to end this tie off. Aubameyang, big chance for him, gets the shots off, and Aubameyang has scored. If I'm not wrong, this is his hat-trick in a Europa League final. That is why Arsenal have gone ahead and signed this man. 3-0 against Atletico Madrid. The Europa League is coming to London. There you have it, guys. We've succeeded in saving Arsenal. Top 4 position secured in the Premier League, and also Europa League winners, which grants us direct qualification to the Champions League. We've done what Wenger could not, and of course we've achieved what we had to with this Arsenal side, and hence I guess we have saved Arsenal. So that is probably going to be it for today's video. Saving Arsenal, it has been accomplished. Let me know what team we should save for the next video. Maybe Chelsea, because they're struggling right now under Conte. Maybe even Real Madrid, because they're struggling in a way under Zidane. So let me know in the comment section below. But that's going to be it, guys, for today's video. It's been so much fun to record this Arsenal save, and yeah, super fun. I really enjoyed it. Let me know if you guys have enjoyed this series down in the comment section below by dropping a comment. Subscribe if you are new around here. Drop a like. 500 likes would be absolutely insane. And if you are new around here, as I said, subscribe for more FIFA 18 career mode stuff. Enjoy the trophy celebrations, and yeah, gonna be ending the video right now. I'll see you guys next time.